Yo, it's your boy Marcus from Worse back with a video. Today we're going to be talking about community rankings of COD Mobile Battle Royale maps. I hosted a series of polls on my channel and people voted in them, and in those votes they decided how to rank the COD Mobile BR maps. There are 4 BR maps and I did the polls a certain way, as we'll cover here. So coming in at last place we have Cry. This is also 4th place. So I put it up against Alcatraz first because it's a small map like Alcatraz is, and it got handily beaten by, I don't know, maybe 14 votes. I guess 2 people voted for Cry to be better than Alcatraz, and then everybody else voted for Alcatraz. I think whether it's nostalgia because you liked Alcatraz from console or from BO4 or Verdansk era Alcatraz, like, it's the better map. I think everybody agrees on that for the most part, as you can tell by the voting. I really like it, but let's talk about Cry, because that's what this is about. I think Cry's problem with the general public isn't necessarily like that it's a bad map. It's just newer. I feel like it's fine. Like, for a small map, I feel like Cry is actually solid. I think if you put this on the console side, people would generally like it. Like, it wouldn't be their favorite, but I think people would enjoy it. People would think it's a pretty solid BR map. I don't think it would be looked at as, the worst of the BR maps. Like, it'd be better than Fortune's Keep on the console side. But here, it's the dud. It's the ugly duckling, because there's so many better options in this game, as you're going to see as we move forward through the other maps. But I do like, Cry. I like having a faster paced, more action-packed experience. As you can see, you'll see in this gameplay here, at least this portion of it, I'm going to drop 45 kills, you know what I mean? So it's a ton of fun. Now, since it lost that first matchup, it went up against the other loser, which is Blackout, and Blackout absolutely smoked it too, which goes to show that, like, there's not a lot of people out there that really like Cry, right? Because it wouldn't be coming in dead last, getting smoked both times by even the loser of the other matchup, right? So that just shows that either this map just isn't good to a lot of people, or, maybe they just really like the other maps more and it just got a bad draw here. That's very possible. I don't think it would have done any better against Isolated, so I really think this is the best draw it could have gotten, and it still got smoked. So maybe the community thinks that this map is straight garbage. That being said, let's dive into Blackout here at the number 3 spot, as you can see in this gameplay. And Blackout lost to Isolated, the other big map, in its first run through, or first poll. And it only lost by a little bit, right? 61 to 39%. That's only a few votes. So I gave people ample amount of time to vote in this poll. And 18 votes to me, that's plenty. I probably only average maybe 20 votes per poll since I've been doing them. So I think 18 votes is more than enough. I probably average less than that, to be honest with you. But I've had polls get like 30 to 40 votes, but it's very rare. Here, 18 votes. I think, obviously, I'm a big Blackout guy. I think Blackout's phenomenal. I love this map. It's very nostalgic for me personally from Black Ops 4. But I do understand why people, tend to gravitate towards what they know, in Isolated. So that makes sense. But I do prefer it myself. That's why this is a community voted poll, not my personal ranking. I've already made a video on my personal ranking, so no reason for me to justify that. And then we saw that it went up against Cry and absolutely destroyed it in the, I guess, consolation match for last place here. Now, I think Blackout's obviously way better than Cry. Blackout's probably my favorite map, but it's tough to see it come in 3rd place. I don't know what the general sentiment is about Blackout. Like, it's just like not as good as Isolated, or it wasn't in the game as long as Isolated has been. You know what I mean? Isolated's been here since launch. So I guess that's the reason it's losing that poll. I just don't see the hate behind this map. Like, why isn't it better than Alcatraz? You know what I mean? I didn't put it up against Alcatraz because it didn't need to go against it because it lost. So I don't know. Maybe people would say it's better than Alcatraz, but I'd highly doubt that. People love Alcatraz. I definitely don't think it's better than than Alcatraz, I guess, in terms of popularity. So maybe it's in the right spot, maybe it's not. Sorry if you can hear me wheezing in this commentary. I'm still coming off a little bit of a sickness. That being said, here we have, uh, you know, I hate saying this, but like maybe rose tinted goggles out of me, because I do look at this map like very fondly. And I guess the community doesn't share that same sentiment on the mobile side, because a lot of people who play in the mobile community didn't play console side. And so they don't have that experience or love for this map. And maybe that's why I hold it in such a high regard, right? They just kind of see this map for what it is, and I see it for what it once was and what it meant to play it back then, rather than what the map actually is. You know, it's a much more open map. It's probably the most open BR map COD's ever had. Coming at the number 2 spot, we have Alcatraz, which should let you guys know what the number 1 spot's going to be. So we're kind of going to blend these two together. Number 2 is Alcatraz. It beat Cry by a lot, 88% to 13%. I believe that's either 14 votes for Alcatraz or 15. I think 14. And so that's pretty good. You know what I mean? That's a lot of votes. That's a lot of people that love Alcatraz. I think we all saw that coming. Alcatraz is by far and away probably the way they've used Alcatraz and bringing it back like every other season for a few years there, and then creating that desirability for this map to come back, is what I think really propelled it to be as popular and as loved as it was. It was also the only small map we had for a long time before Cry came out. So if you wanted to get a kill record or your kill record, you know, this was the map you were going to do it on. Like my most, I think, is in the 70s, 60s or 70s, something like that. I can't remember. It's been so long. But this is the map you're going to do it on, because you can run into so many people. You can get in a lot of gunfights and then end up farming the last team. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot you can do here with this specific map. And it's got a great layout. You know what I mean? It's the Alcatraz prison layout. You know, it's just like Mob of the Dead on console. Like, they went and studied this and then copied that layout, and then they've been using it for years ever since. Whether it's BR maps, zombie maps, it's just been a staple map to the community. And it sucks to see it, you know, come in second here. I was actually expecting this to be coming in first, because I feel like this is the one the community really loves, even more so than Isolated. But I guess the number 1 spot, we'll go ahead and touch on it now, is Isolated. Isolated, man, I think I had it in 3rd place on mine. I'm pretty sure I had Blackout, Alcatraz, Isolated, then Cry. Maybe I'm an Isolated hater. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm a hater for that map. I just think, you know, just because it's the original map that came out with the game doesn't mean it's the best. Like, it is good. I do really like it. It's got a lot that I love. I love that it has POIs from previous COD games, like the overgrown area. It's got Nuketown on it, I believe. No, it doesn't. It's got a pipeline. It's got a couple of other features on the map, and then the way they've innovated that map has been phenomenal, right? They've done so much to the original Isolated map. It's actually crazy to think about. You know what I mean? Like, they have a soccer field on the map now. The circus is over there. Like, they've done a ton to that map. And we can see here, Isolated barely beat Alcatraz, right? I think 54 to 46%. That's only what? 1 vote? That's 1 vote. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot closer than people might have expected. And shout out to this guy for commenting here. So he was talking about, in a couple of his comments, seeing that some of these maps could be brought over to DMZ and be used there. And I think that's I don't think that's needed now. I think they should put that off. DMZ's already got 2 brand new maps. There's no reason to bring in one now. It's just not needed. But I think down the road, we could definitely see a couple of BR maps come over to DMZ and be used there. Just the reusing of assets, you know what I mean? That just makes sense for the developers and how they choose to go about doing things. That being said, that's pretty much all I got for the community rankings. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Is this how you expected the community to sort of rank these maps? I think most people probably did expect this, so maybe I'm the only one caught off guard. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications if you want to. It's been your boy Marcus Omorsini. I'm out. Peace.